Hey friends, new and old, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's me, May, and this is Tiny Home Yoga. Today we're going to be completing a sequence that is really slow, really simple, perfect for everybody. Whether you have come here as someone who is experienced and knows a lot about yoga, this sequence is ideal for relaxing, calming down, and slowing down. And if you're a complete beginner, then this is ideal because it's really simple, really easy, won't be too strenuous on the body or the mind. So if that sounds like something that you're up for, then let's give it a go. If you want to come to a comfortable seated position, so that might be for you, that might be sitting on a chair, that might be crossed legs or with your legs out in front of you. You might want to sit on a pillow. There are many options. And remember that this practice is your practice. So if there's something that I direct you to do and invite you to do, then you don't have to do it. Remember that you are in control of your own body and I am just a guide. Okay, so finding your comfortable seated position, we're going to lengthen up through the spine. So imagine that there is an imaginary string pulling you up from the crown. And we always want to imagine this string because when I talk about lengthening, often we're lengthening through this crown, lifting up. So really keep and embody that lengthening and visualizing that string because it'll be really helpful for you moving forward in your yoga practice. So gently close down the eyes. You can bring in that visualization of that golden light or string coming down from the sky, attaching itself to the crown of your head and pulling you up. With every inhale, we lengthen up through this crown, and with every exhale, we soften. Soften the jaw, soften the tension in the legs, in the fingertips, in the arms, in the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. And just finding your own rhythm here, going inward. I try to give you some space, some quiet time to spend in that observation where you're watching yourself breathing. So don't be afraid of the silence. Know that I am coming back and there's nothing wrong with your computer. So just quietening down the mind and the body. You can bring your attention to that visualization or the breath as it moves in through the nose and out through the nose. And then be curious as to where the breath is in the body. Is it in the chest? Is it in the belly? We want to send the breath down into the belly. So as I invite you to just play around with that sensation of the belly moving, opening, expanding as you inhale, and as you exhale, contracting back towards the spine. And if this feels kind of weird and you're like, I can't breathe into my belly, that's absolutely fine. Just practice and observe what comes up for you. Gently blinking open the eyes, finding a soft gaze, soft, gentle eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the lungs and then exhale. Lovely. We're going to inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale to the center. Exhale, chin to the sky. Inhale, center. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, center. Exhale, chin to sky. Just warming up the neck here. Inhale, center. This time I'm going to look over the right shoulder. So take a nice deep inhale in the center. And then exhale, look over the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, looking over the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Come back to the center on the inhale. This time we're going to draw the ear towards the shoulder. So inhale, lengthen up through the crown. Exhale, ear to shoulder. Make sure that shoulder isn't coming up towards the ear. You feel a nice long extension in the side of the neck. Inhale, come up. Exhale, drawing that opposite ear to the other side. Inhale, center. Let's move through the breath. Inhale, lengthen at the top. Exhale, ear to shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, opposite side. Lovely, good job. Okay, so grabbing hold of those shoulders with your fingertips, we're going to start to create some rotation in the shoulders. So drawing big circles on the walls, imagining there are some pencils on the ends of your elbows, and you're drawing some big circles on your walls in one direction. So try and bring those elbows together a little bit, and then as they come behind you, drawing the shoulder blades up and away. Lovely. And then let's change direction. This time, the elbows coming towards each other. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. And come into stillness. Just watch and observe the fire and the engagement in those shoulder blades. Just feeling the tingle, the sensation in the body. Beautiful. We're going to extend our legs out in front of us now. So you want to point the toes up towards the face. Maybe move the seat from underneath you so you're nice and long and extended up off your seat bones. Placing the hands on the knees, seated samastiti. So we're lengthening up through that crown again. Squeezing the mula bandha, which is the pelvic floor. Squeeze the pelvic floor up. Engage that core. Active pose here. Gentle eyes. Nice deep inhalation and exhalation. We're going to interlace the fingertips and bring them over the right knee, bringing the right knee up into the chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release the leg. And keep those fingers interlaced. We're now going to bring the left leg up into the chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. So finding that breath, finding that movement as we repeat. Inhale and exhale in your own time. As we open up the hips. Releasing any tension from that area. You feel like a little gentle, soft pinch here, which is a nice opening sensation rather than an uncomfortable one. Just honouring your body as you move. When you get to that top and you squeeze that knee up, really lengthen through the crown. A few more times. Finishing on your left side. And release down. Lovely. Again, lengthening up through that crown. Take a moment here, placing the hands on the legs, lengthen up through and observe the hip space. Lovely. Now we're going to bring the soles of the feet together in a butterfly. So again, you might want to shift yourself so you're nice and tall upon those seat bones of yours, holding on to the ankles or the shins. And we're just going to start to move those legs, beating the legs like the wings of a butterfly. Closing down the eyes if you wish to go in or keeping a nice soft gaze. Keeping your attention on that hip space. Observing, watching, with curiosity. Lovely. And then coming to a stillness now here. Closing down the eyes, lengthening up through the crown. And observe, watch the space, watch the breath. Be here now. You can stay here, or option to take a bit of a forward fold here, but be gentle and just observe. Is this the ego wanting to go forward because, I want to stretch, I want to do more, or is this genuinely something your body wants? So inhale, lengthen up through the crown. Exhale, coming forward with the chest, drawing the shoulder blades away from each other as we open up that, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other in the back space, opening up through the heart, looking forward, and then inhale, lengthen, exhale, folding over. So your palms can come face up on the mat. Inhale and exhale. Really soften, release tension in the face, in the shoulders, in the knees, in the legs. Relax. Letting yourself hang heavy. And if you aren't folded over, just honouring and celebrating you listening to your body right now. Inhale, slowly coming up. And we're going to make our way over onto our knees, hands and knees, into our tabletop position. So I'm just going to take my socks off because it's November and it's a little bit chilly here in the boat. Not freezing, just got a bit of a chill in the air. Okay, we're going to place our hands under our shoulders and our knees under our hips. Engaging that Mula Bandha again, squeezing in the pelvic floor, lifting it up as you engage the core, squeezing it towards the spine. Active pose here. Pushing down into all 5 fingers. So you do this to protect the wrists from, overexerting themselves and dumping all the weight down into the wrists. You're just spreading your weight across. Pushing down also into the feet to do the same thing for the knees. And we're going to draw a line with our nose from the centre, in between our hands, up the wall in front of you. And as you do, you're going to drop the belly, keeping that active core. And as you exhale, you're going to push into the hands, pushing the floor away. The shoulder blades are coming away from each other. Active arms, active legs. Creating a bit of a C shape with the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, looking forward. Exhale, pushing the floor away, squeezing the belly up into the spine. Inhale, remembering not to strain here, we're just stretching. Exhale. Inhale, dropping the belly. Exhale, creating that C shape. So let's go a few more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back to center, finding your tabletop, keeping active, keeping engaged and squeezed. Lovely. Let's come into downward dog. So taking the hands a little bit further wider this time, so they're touching the edge of the mat. You're going to tuck the toes, lift the knees off the mat, keeping those legs nice and bent. Drawing the heels down towards the floor, lift at the same time simultaneously lifting up with the hips. You want your chest to be coming back towards your knees, and you want your knees to be nice and bent here. Pushing through all those 5 fingertips. Let's take the dog for a walk. So take one heel down towards the floor, and then the other heel down towards the floor. So this will work with the fascia in the feet and extend the backs of the legs. Try and simultaneously breathe as you move. So inhale, one foot goes down. Inhale, exhale, the other foot goes down. And come to stillness. Lovely. Option to come down on your knees if this is a bit intense for you, for your upper body. If you're coming down on your knees, you're back in tabletop. Active pose, pushing into the fingertips, into the tops of the feet, and breathing. Lovely. So coming back up to downward facing dog, pushing yourself up if you're not there already. You're going to look forward in between the hands. And we're going to take our legs forward. So you can either step slowly, walking forward, or you can take one big step in between the hands. So fingers and toes in line here. You're going to fold forward, completely hang heavy, holding onto your elbows if you wish, letting your head go. Your torso wants to kind of come towards the knees, so bend those knees nicely so it can do so. Should feel a nice long engagement in the backs of the legs here, all the way up into the hips. Nice deep inhalations and exhalations. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Beautiful. We're going to slowly rise up. So dropping the hands towards the floor, engage the center of your body, your core, and start to roll up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, bit by bit, slowly coming up. The last thing that should come up will be your head, rolling the shoulders back and down, standing in Tadasana. Tadasana, feet are hip distance apart. You're moving you've got your weight into all four corners of your feet, so really centering your feet. Your knees are lifted up slightly. Your hips are shifted forward slightly, so your pelvic floor comes forward, so your spine is nice and straight. You're really active and squeezing here, lifting up through the chest. Your arms are hanging from your shoulder girdles, lengthening up through that crown, softening the face. Tadasana. Closing down the eyes if you wish to go internal or soft eyes. Lovely. Okay, so come to the back of the mat if you're not there already. Finding your Tadasana again, so lengthening up, lifting up. Lift those knees up as well a little bit whilst grounding down. We're going to step forward with our right foot. We're going to inhale, lengthen up through the tops of the hands. So I'm in a small space here, so I have to lengthen up through my elbows. If you're also in a small space, you can do the same. Otherwise, you're reaching up with your fingertips all the way up to the top of the ceiling. Reaching up. Palms are together. Your hips are aligned with the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Beautiful. So the front leg has got a slight bend in it, not massively. And we're breathing here. On your next exhalation, bring your hands down in front of you. And we're going to take the left hand and draw it back. So we're watching it as it comes back. Looking back at the left hand. I have to reposition myself here. So looking back at that left hand. And then move the head forward, looking forward of the right hand. Bending forward with that front leg. So your knee is now in alignment with your ankle. And your hips are turning out towards the left side of the mat. Looking forward. Warrior 2. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, soften. Now sweep that hand forward and up. Your hips are coming back into alignment with the front of the mat. The leg kind of comes back to a half sort of straight leg with a little bit of a bend in the knee. You're going to then reach up with your hands. Inhale, lengthen up through the hands, palms together. Lovely. Exhale, releasing the hands and coming back to step up the top of the mat. Bring the hands into a heart prayer. palms are together at your heart. If this doesn't feel authentic to you, then you can always place your hands over your heart space, like you're holding onto your heart. Lengthening up. Exhale, soften. Lovely. We're going to step back with the left foot now this time. Nope, we're not. We're going to step back with the right foot. Lovely. So inhale, lengthen up through the crown. Exhale, soften. Inhale, arms come up, reaching up through those fingertips or elbows, making sure that those hips are in alignment with the front of the mat. Leg is relatively straight at the front. On your next exhalation, bring your hands down in front of you. You're going to sweep that right hand back, watching it as it sweeps back. Looking forward now into the left hand, and as you do so, creating a little bit of a bend in that front leg. Warrior two. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, soften. Inhale, sweeping that hand forward. Aligning the front hips. Bringing the hands up. Lengthening up. Exhale, releasing the hands, stepping forward. Excellent. Coming to Tadasana, hands on the heart or near the heart space. Lengthening up through the crown. Exhale, soften. This time we are going to step back with the left foot. This time take a little bit deeper, a little bit further. Option, you can keep it short if you like. Aligning yourself with the front of the mat, with the hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bringing the hands down in front of you. Sweeping that left hand down and up, watching it as it comes down and up. And then looking forward of the front hand as you create a bend in that front leg. Warrior two. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, soften. Inhale. Exhale, sweeping that left hand up. Lovely. Bringing the arms up, looking up or in front. Reaching up through those fingertips or elbows. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Releasing the hands down, stepping forward. Finding your Tadasana, hands towards the heart space. Soft gaze. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, soften. Lovely. Let's take it back with the right foot. Inhale, arms up. Look up or in front. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Bringing the hands down in front of you. Sweeping that right hand back. Looking back towards that right hand as you do. And then creating your gaze to the front. Opening up the hips to the right side. Looking forward of that left hand. Bend in that knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sweeping that hand forward. Lovely. Straightening that knee as you do so. Bringing the hands up. Look up. Stretch up. Exhale, release. Lovely. Bring the hands towards the heart, lifting up through the crown of the head. We're going to go one more time on the left to balance it out. Stepping back with the left foot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bringing the hands in front. Sweeping that left hand back, looking back at the left hand, and then towards the right, bending through that front knee, sorry. Looking forward of that hand. Inhale. Exhale, sweeping the hands forward, straightening that front knee. Inhale, lengthen up through the hands. Inhale. And exhale, stepping forward. Wonderful. Let's make our way down to the mat. Palms together at the heart. Lengthening through the crown, slightly shifting that pelvic floor forward. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, stretch forward and down, fingers and toes in line. Bend those knees. Step back with the right, step back with the left. Come down onto the knees. Sweeping those knees in front of you. Coming to a comfortable seated position. Okay, great. Let's finish with a twist. So looking over we're going to start by looking over the right shoulder. Yeah. So right hand goes back. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown. Exhale, looking over the right shoulder. Holding that gaze. Keeping your focus. Feeling that gentle twist in the lower back. And then slowly coming out. Wonderful. Let's go left side this time. So take the left hand behind you. Fingertips are kind of tented, or they can be flat on the mat, depending on how long your arms are. Inhale, lengthen up. Twist from the hips. Then the belly, then the chest. Then look over the shoulder, and then look with your eyes. Soften the face. Soften the legs. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, coming back to center. Okay, so you can either go for that option again, repeated, or you can take it a little bit deeper with me. Again, check in with your ego. Does your body actually want this today? Inhale, arms up, looking up towards the hands. And as you exhale, we're going to take the right hand behind you, and the back of the left hand is going to be placed on the right knee. So you inhale, twist from the hips, sending that right hip back, then the belly, then the chest, then the shoulders, then the neck and the eyes. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, soften the face, soften the legs, soften the belly. Inhale a little bit deeper. Exhale, release. Excellent. Interlace the fingers, stretch them up, 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 up. And release down. Wonderful. Let's go left side. Inhale, arms up. Look up. And as you exhale, we're going to take the left hand behind you this time. And the back of right hand is on left knee. So again, we're going to twist from the hips, sending the left hip back, then the belly, then the chest, then the shoulders, then the neck, then the eyes. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, soften. Soften the knees. Release any tension you're holding in your legs, in your face. Try and just soften that hand a little bit more. It's on the knee and behind you. All whilst keeping a strong, sturdy pose. Lovely. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slowly release. We're going to interlace those fingers again, reach them up. Stretch, stretch, stretch all the way up and come down. Wonderful. So place the hands on the legs, on the knees, and we're going to come into our relaxation. So I'm going to just give you some instructions for that relaxation. You might not have time for that right now, so if you don't, then you can take a moment here to end the class with me. Alternatively, if you do have the time, then I recommend putting on a track. I'm going to recommend Spirit Bird by Xavier Rudd. You can see it on the screen now. Put that track on, lie down in Shavasana, get comfy, get cozy, and just focus on the breath, focus on your breathing. So that's the best way to end your practice, to really fully integrate what we've done today. But if you have to get going, you've got things to do, then I totally understand. and you can finish the class here with me now. So placing the hands on the knees if they're not there already, coming into Chin Mudra, so that's your thumb and forefinger together. And just bring your eyes down, close them down, and just watch and feel the connection between the thumb and forefinger. Just bring your attention there. Breathing into the belly. Let's take 3 nice deep inhales. Gently blinking open the eyes, bringing the hands back into the heart space. Thank you for joining me today. If you like this kind of sequence and you want more beginners yoga, then please let me know. Please comment. I'm more than happy to create content for those who want it. All right, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.